We need to head to the Waterloo station to get to our destination, and from there it's a very short walk away. The first Eurotrain service from London actually departed from this station in 1994 before it was eventually moved to St. Pancras. Hey you, and a very warm welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are on the south side of River Thames, and not surprisingly this area is known as SOUTHBANK. After having done two very short recce's on much more smaller food markets in my previous vlogs, well, we decided to look for a proper one today. Let's go! I'm so ready for some nosh. Feel free to check out my previous vlogs on food markets in London. This one, satu lagi, this one. Look at this cutie here. The dog, not the man I mean. It's a Yorkie. I love Yorkies. Oh, wait a minute. There are actually two of them. Minta maaf ya, yang papa mereka tu pula bukan cita rasa Ayla. Yes, with a whiff of food in the air, we know we have arrived at the SOUTHBANK Centre Food Market. At first sight, it looks very promising. There's a wine bar just next to the Korean food stand. You know what? I'm tempted to have a Prosecco with a bulgogi later. We are not going to make a rash decision. We are going to do a walkabout, look at all the offerings, and then make up our minds as to which stall to attack first. Does that sound like a good plan to you? Well, as you can see, we are simply spoiled for choices in this place. Entahlah, tak tahu nak mula dengan makanan Asia ke makanan Barat. Kalau bagi Hang pilih apa ya? The selection here in SOUTHBANK Food Market is simply amazing. If you're into Asian cuisine, you can choose from Japanese, Korean, Thai, or Indian. And the rest of the world, you have Lebanese, Ethiopian, French, Polish, Venezuelan, and a taste of the New Orleans from the US of A. Aku tengok sekali imbas saja, so I must have missed quite a number of stalls. My apologies. Of course, you can find traditional British fare like the steak and chips, and we'll be hitting that stand during our time here. If I'm not mistaken, we just walked past the steak and chips just a moment ago. After a spell of hoeing and humming, Gobble Guzzle Jr. and I decided that we are going to start with the stand. Oh my god, look at the cheese here. Ever since we stepped foot into this market, we've noticed that this stall constantly has a long queue, and we are going to do a public service and find out just why. This stall is called the Frenchie. Well, we've made our order, we've put in our order, and let's watch this man in action. It's quite a luxury when you're traveling around London. Fresh food made on the spot. Just watching the man cooking it is whipping our appetite into a frenzy. And just in case you're wondering, This is a duck confit with a so-called London twist, kind of a French and English fusion. And this is the end product, one of the best burgers we've ever tasted, a duck confit burger from the Frenchie. The duck meat with the fat and all is simply wow. It's so juicy and topped with honey and onion chutney, which is simply amazing. And you have a selection of cheese to choose from. Mind you, it's definitely not the cheapest selection in the SOUTHBANK Centre Food Market, but it's definitely worth it. I don't reckon you can find duck burgers this good anywhere else in the world. London itself is an exciting foodie hub, but unfortunately the cost of living, especially the cost of accommodation, is truly frightening. We are on a very meaty diet and this stall caught our eye. After conferring with Junior, we are both positive that we still have a little bit of space left in our tummies for some steak and chips, to be shared of course. This is the steak and chips from 28 Well Hung, and if you're into red meat, you should go for it. They absolutely melt in your mouth. The SOUTHBANK Centre Food Market gets mobbed every weekend, especially on a day with good weather like this. There are limited tables and chairs, and on a weekend, it can be a bit tricky looking for a vacant table, so you just have to content to stand and eat. Do they provide proper fat chips? Oh yes, they do. That's the way we like them. On a Saturday and Sunday, you may opt to come to the food market a bit later to avoid the crowd, waiting for the crowd to taper off. But then there's the risk of the food from the more popular stalls, like the Frenchie, being sold out. Well, I wish I can spend the whole day in the SOUTHBANK Centre Food Market. You can literally hop from stall to stall, having your breakfast, lunch. I don't think it's open right up till dinner, but you can still sneak in a tea time and early tea time just before you leave the place. We are in the midst of doing more surveying and perhaps wait for our food to digest before we stop at yet another stall, the final stall that should be our last taster at this very cool food market. It's quite a good day out, I must say. We arrived famished and we are leaving this place totally stuffed. It will do us a lot of good walking to the train station after this, burning off all the excess calories. I hope to see you again on my next vlog when we go in search of another food market in London. I'm Gobble Guzzle signing off for now. Always be kind, spread the message of peace. Jumpa lagi. Bye-bye.